So viewers, a lot to discuss today. Expert indicates that upset Philip discussed the crown plot with lawyers. But please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. According to a royal expert, the late Duke of Edinburgh was so incensed by the crown's inaccurate portrayal of him that he even considered suing the streaming service. Prince Philip, who passed away in April of last year at the age of 99, had a conversation with royal attorneys about how he was portrayed when a Netflix series subplot implicated him in the death of his sister Princess Cecily. Hugo Vickers, a royal historian, claimed that Prince Philip was so hurt and disturbed by his portrayal that he sought legal advice on how to respond to the scathing fictional portrayal in The Crown. They were traveling to Margaret Campbell Geddes' wedding to Louis, George's brother, before their aircraft crashed into a factory chimney in Ostend, Belgium, while attempting to land in Dunkirk. Cecily gave birth during the journey. Alexander and the baby's body were discovered in the rubble next to Cecily. Despite the tragedy, the wedding took place the day following the plane disaster, with Louis taking over for his older brother as Prince of Hesse and adopting Cecily and George's surviving daughter Johanna, who stayed at home due to her young age. Prince Philip was profoundly affected by her passing. In later years, he recalled being called to his headmaster's study and being informed of her passing. I have the very clearest recollection of the profound shock with which I heard the news of the crash and the deaths of my sister and her family. He allegedly voiced indignation at his portrayal while living with the Queen and Prince Philip. According to a close acquaintance of the royal family, I recall the Duke of Edinburgh being so unhappy about it and what he allegedly voiced indignation at his portrayal while living with the Queen and Prince Philip. According to a close acquaintance of the royal family, I recall the Duke of Edinburgh being so unhappy about it and what it was saying about him while we were both seated next to each other at a banquet. The Crown dissected author Vickers claimed. Philip was not pleased when I put the record straight. The book details faults in the series. The broken-hearted Prince Philip reportedly decided against filing a lawsuit upholding the traditional royal maxim, never complain, never explain. In recent weeks, Netflix has been under the fire for its fictitious depictions of critical events in the history of our royal family, with many conversations and situations being wholly invented by scriptwriters. Although they recently included one below the screen on new trailers on YouTube, Netflix has so far declined to add an official disclaimer on the screen, clearly noting that the scenes are fictitious. According to a close friend, the Prince of Wales thinks the show is destructive to the royal family. It is known that William's worries about the Crown series' influence are growing as it gets closer to the present. He has talked about it and now the present is getting near. He is particularly worried about it, a poll told a Sunday newspaper. William agrees that it is detrimental. Even while the royal family is aware that most of it is absurd, it is nonetheless quite harsh and cruel. High-profile individuals including actress Dame Judi Dench and former Prime Minister Sir John Major have expressed outrage over the new 5th season, which premieres on November 9th. Dame Judi has criticized Netflix for its crude sensationalism. In the new series, Charles also appears to be pressuring John Major in an absurd attempt to convince his mother to step down. However, a furious Sir John insists that this meeting never took place and calls the show a barrel load of nasty rubbish. The Crown also exaggerates the relationship between Prince Philip, who is portrayed by Welsh actor Jonathan Pryce, and his close friend Penny Knatchbull, who is portrayed by English actress Natasha McElhone and is 30 years his junior. Charles's particular memorial to the Queen on Remembrance Day moved royal admirers. But please, before we continue, if you're not yet a member of this lovely community, subscribe and turn on the notification bell for updates. For the first time as head of state, King Charles presided over Remembrance Sunday, lay a wreath at the cenotaph in memory of British veterans. In honor of Elizabeth and his grandpa George V, King Charles made a poppy wreath that also had a ribbon in the racing colors. The king honored his mother, Queen Elizabeth, by wearing the royal cipher for her on an epaulette around his shoulders as part of his attire. Since Regina in Latin means queen, the writing ER on the gold-plated epaulets for Elizabeth Regina. After the official period of mourning for Queen Elizabeth ended, King Charles's royal cipher was revealed. The Latin word rex, which means king, is interlaced with the letter R in King Charles's cipher, which also includes a crown above the letters. During the new king, His Majesty's royal emblem will start to appear throughout Britain, and British passports will be modified in the future. Post boxes, on the other hand, will not change, according to a statement from the Royal Mail. In keeping with past practice following the death of monarch, all existent post boxes will remain unchanged. The Queen Elizabeth II emblem will still be on post boxes that are currently being manufactured or set up. Others, though, were delighted to see King Charles preside over his first Remembrance Sunday. A user said, "Brilliant, a fine monarch we have," another person said, adding that the pictures display the heart of the royal family. Others commented that His Majesty was following Queen Elizabeth's lead, with one supporter writing, "Lovely to see the king follow his mother's example, ever the best prepared king." One person wrote, "His mother and father would be very proud of His Majesty the King today." And another user responded, "Always very moving, and more so this year without Her Majesty. We shall never forget them." At this year's Remembrance Sunday event, which coincided with the 40th anniversary of the Falkland War, 10,000 veterans, 400 of whom had fought in the 1982 conflict, marched past the cenotaph. While Queen Elizabeth served as a mechanic in World War II and as a member of the Women's Auxiliary Territory Service, King Charles served in the Royal Navy in the 1970s. Admiral Sir Tony Radakin, the head of the British Armed Forces, said to Sky News, "I believe there's a special poignancy this year with both the loss of Her Majesty and another loss of a Second World War II warrior. I also think it's tragic when we have the specter of war in Europe again and all that goes along with it, and a country that's been invaded and is fighting for its freedom," the author continued. In another news, at the cenotaph, Kate Middleton takes the initiative and makes discreet words to pacify Camilla, who is anxious. On Sunday morning, the senior members of the royal family met in Whitehall to conduct the wreath-laying service in honor of Remembrance Day. Kate was calming a fretful Camilla, according to analysis of the Princess of Wales and the Queen Consort's body language and remarks. The Remembrance Day service was Charles and Camilla's first significant domestic annual engagement as King and Queen after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Similarly, William and Catherine were playing the Prince and Princess of Wales for the first time. According to the Mirror, a lip reader has revealed the comforting role Kate played when she and Camilla stood together on the Foreign Office's balcony overlooking the cenotaph. Before the 2 minutes of stillness, the two were observed having a brief chat in which, according to lip reader Jeremy Freeman, Kate assumed the lead. According to Mr. Freeman, the Princess of Wales reportedly asked, "Shall we go in now?" and Camilla According to Mr. Freeman, the Princess of Wales reportedly asked, "Shall we go in now?" and Camilla concurred. They then left the balcony. If you're still with me, thanks for watching till the end.